All right, a couple more here before we get out of here. Duce Robinson got a lot of comparisons to other and former Florida State wide receivers, but Duce Robinson out of USC has committed to Florida State. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this is an unbelievable pickup. We saw the issues that they had at receiver this year since losing Johnny Wilson and Keon Coleman. They desperately needed something, and that's something that they're able to pull is an unbelievable athlete. Once considered a tight end. I'm curious what they do for his deployment, but he has the frame and the ball skills of a tight end, but the athleticism and the impact after the catch of a receiver. He is a true hybrid weapon that is going to be impossible to keep up with. And this is what we know that Florida State, you just mentioned that the comparisons that get thrown out for, we can talk about Kelvin Benjamin, we can talk about Johnny Wilson, we can talk about Keon Coleman, all these big body.
Benjamin was a Popeye's biscuit away from being a defense.
Right, he's not as big as Kelvin Benjamin, but to have this tall, long, dominant athlete, I think is huge. And Castellanos is going to be their starting quarterback likely next year with the departure of Kromenhawk, I think that's how you pronounce that. I think that this is the first step forward for them regaining their footing. There is no reason why that they shouldn't return back to the top of the ACC. But the thing that scares me is that lack of high school recruiting foundation that they just currently do not have. This is a situation that feels like it might be a little bit too late, but I got to just give praise to Duce Robinson because he's an amazing athlete.
Joe, are you confident that Castellanos can get him the football?
Castellanos is a good play. Wait, we said a lot of that about Jordan Travis, and Jordan Travis ended up being really good his final 2 years.
Yeah, that's fair, but who's their OC? A guy that wants to go in there and run the football. I'm with you. Duce Robinson's a good player. It's going to be – their overhaul is insane. It's going to be interesting to see what Florida State does. In reference to Duce Robinson, look, we've seen guys like Castellanos with Gus Malzahn, speed quarterbacks. Nick Marshall comes to mind. We've seen them at his biggest success when he has a guy like Castellanos. Joe, I'm not sure if like you get Duce Robinson, you get Castellanos. What's up with your O-line? What's up with your D-line? Right. They lost a lot. They've lost a lot. Buddy, I got to be real with you. I love that they're getting some guys. I'm still worried for them. They're not getting enough. They're not. I mean, they're not getting enough top premier guys in the portal that they can Band-Aid this. I mean, they're in trouble. I'm sorry, they're in trouble. So, do you go from 2-10 to like how much better can you get from 2-10 and all those guys are gone? Yeah. Like, where's your base, Joe? What do they do good that scares you? Do you know anything about them? So,
that's a good point.
Duce Robinson comes in and is a good player, but my question now becomes with them: hey, man, what happens when you go up against a physical team in Georgia Tech next year? Do you have the interior defensive line that can stop Haynes King and all those guys that are coming back? Joe, does a 2-10 team get back to where they were? Can they go from 2-10 to 9-3? I don't think Duce Robinson changes that. I think he's a great player. I really do. But I don't know how much he changes that.
I think realistically, and it's too early in the portal class to like really paint this picture, and we'll have plenty of time to nitpick over roster details and stuff over the offseason. I think at the current moment, a more realistic turnaround is going 8-4. And if you go 8-4 and you bounce back, that's an accomplishment. And you need to go 8-4 to get back to 10-2, to get back to 11-1. It's a process. There is no overnight change, especially when Mike Norvell got his ass kicked on the recruiting trail late, and his high school recruiting classes the past couple of years have left a lot to be desired. And he has tried to live off of the transfer portal. And this current transfer portal class has already been good, but it still needs a crap ton of work. BetOnline remains your top spot for all of your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, NHL are all in full swing. BetOnline is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to BetOnline today and use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for 50% off your first deposit. That is a 50% welcome bonus. BetOnline, where the game starts.